Hi, everyone. Before we dive into today's episode, a quick note. At the time of this recording, I wasn't aware that some individuals prefer the term Black American over African American, or of the movement known as Foundational Black Americans, FBA. Please know that no disrespect is intended, and this conversation remains open and evolving. Let's continue to learn from each other. Peace. Hey guys, welcome back to ChitChat with AkuyeDede, where we have the real conversations that really matter. Today's topic is a tough one, but necessary. It's about how African Americans really feel about Africans. You might ask, come on, AkuyeDede, it's 2025. We're all getting along. Why would you be having this conversation? I'll tell you why. Do you remember we just had the Essence Magazine Festival in New Orleans? It was great. I watched some of the clips. I was like, yes. And then what happened? On social media, I saw posts from certain people, and the claim, the allegations were the Africans took over, they bombarded Essence Festival, and they messed it up. This is our festival. Why can't they just leave us alone? Jeez, in 2025? Come on. And then to make things worse, I had a conversation not too long ago with a friend of mine who's African American, and I told we were discussing this issue about Africans and African Americans and the kind of discord between us, as in Africans and African Americans. And I was taken aback when she said to me, well, you Africans need to be grateful to us African Americans because you wouldn't be able to come to the United States or be here without us. Huh? Can you imagine my surprise? My friend, African American, saying that? Oh man, we've all heard the remarks. They stink. They have AIDS. Why would I want to visit Africa? There's nothing there. At least we're better off than them. We've heard those remarks, haven't we? They're not nice. They say we have diseases. We don't use deodorant. Come on. These remarks hurt. But let's ask, where do these ideas, these remarks come from? And why do they persist? How can we break them down and find unity? Come on. These words hurt. They create distance and shame. And often they leave Africans feeling confused, angry, and sometimes inferior. But they don't just come from nowhere, just so you know. They're the product of centuries of colonialism, slavery, and propaganda designed to tear us apart. Remember that. So let's look at the historical part a little bit. For generations, right? Africans were portrayed by the West as savages, dirty, uncivilized. All these remarks were made to justify slavery and also to justify colonization. That messaging didn't just stay in the minds of the white oppressors, it seeped into the what? Minds of Black Americans too. No. At the same time, African Americans have their own trauma. They've been stripped of culture, language, and connection to Africa. You know, we've been having the year of returns in Ghana, and we've seen an influx of African American stars, non stars, all of them coming to Ghana to celebrate, enjoy, embrace the culture, the Ghanaian culture, see where slaves were held at Elmina Castle. You know, we've been seeing a lot of that. So it's disturbing to think that we still have African Americans and Africans who are not getting along and think that we're different, we're apart. So let me say this. Instead of seeing Africans as brothers and sisters, Some African Americans see Africans as a painful reminder of what was lost as a group. They've been taught to look down on. Because remember what I said earlier, the messaging didn't stay in the minds of white oppressors that were what? Savages, dirty, and uncivilized. And also the message that the whole idea of African Americans having their own trauma. They have been traumatized. Let's not forget that. They've been stripped of culture, they've been stripped of language and connection to Africa. So, this is what's going on. Instead of seeing Africans as brothers and sisters, some see them as a painful reminder, unfortunately, of what was lost. Or as a group, they've been taught to look down on. That's a shame. We must also acknowledge how Hollywood, the media, and even school systems painted Africa as one big jungle of poverty and disease without showing the richness, the beauty, or power of the continent. You watch these shows on TV, you see the depiction of Africa. It's children looking emaciated, ridden with diseases, looking unhealthy, begging for aid. That's not all Africa is about. So these stereotypes hurt us all. Africans arrive in America, right? Excited to meet their African American family, only to feel rejected. African Americans feel judged by Africans who don't understand their struggles here. Instead of building bridges, we're building walls that keep us divided and weak. Come on. But let's move forward. Let's find a way to move forward. The good news is we can change this. We can. It starts with education, humility, and open conversations. You know, African Americans can learn about the diversity, resilience, and vibrancy of Africa beyond what they've been told. They've been told a lot. Look beyond that. Africans can learn about the centuries of trauma and struggle African Americans have endured, why they sometimes act the way they do. It's coming from somewhere. We have to see each other's humanity, remember our shared history, and dream of a united future. So today, I invite you to reflect. Seriously, where did your ideas about Africans or African Americans come from? Are they really your ideas or somebody just put them in your head? We are one people. We are one people, Africans and African Americans. And only together will we rise. So remember this. We are one people. Let's shake all the thoughts, all the images, all the words that have been created by the West to divide us. It's ChitChat with AkuyeDede. This is serious. Thank you for listening to us. If this episode spoke to you, please share it. Leave a comment and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay connected, stay curious, and stay proud.